Hey there you great people. So it's day 2. I literally got to sleep about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. Woke up not that long ago. It's about 10 o'clock now, AM. So I've had about 3 hours sleep. Obviously you've seen in the early hours I had that carp. It's about a 5 pound in weight mirror carp. I've literally just put the rods back out with luncheon meat on that one and a whole king prawn on the float, if you can see that. Also, I don't know if you can make that out there, but I've chucked out 4 big chunks of white bread. I did that about 20 minutes ago. I'm letting them drift across the lake sort of into that corner, and some carp, actually a couple of carp, I've been able to see them. I've literally been coming up near the surface and taking the bread, so don't have any joy on the float. With a prawn in the margin here, I might put a piece of floating bread on in a minute, see if we can get a carp come up and take it. So in this little corner of the lake, just down literally from where I am, obviously I'm there, I've been seeing a few carp, mirror carp and common carp, cruising around near the surface. So I've literally got my rod here, a little bit of bread on the hook, with my float of course, you can see that. So I'm just going to chuck this in the corner and see if we can't get something to come up for it. So I don't know if you can see over there in the corner, but I've got a tiny little piece of floating bread floating on the surface. I've literally just had a carp come up and take my bread. I was just about to strike to hook into the fish. It was the first size fish, it was probably about 10 pound in weight. But as soon as I went to strike, the fish spat out the bread. So I'm just putting that tiny little bit on. I hope you can see that in the distance there. It's just a couple of foot in front of where my float is. I'll be back in a moment. Yep, I mean, I don't know if you've seen that, guys, but hopefully I got that on camera. That carp just come up and sucked in my piece of floating bread on the surface. I can't give it too much slack. I'm gonna have to bully this fish a little bit, and the reason why is, as you can see everywhere around me, these trees and stuff like that. Trees, roots, reeds. I might have to give it a bit of line though, not much. So it's all roots and trees under here. It's going to try everything it can to get me in snag. Let's get our first sight. I thought I would. It's not quite ready yet. Normally I'd give them a better... Oh, get out! Oh, better fight than this, but I can't. Oh, it's trying to go right in them reeds in the corner. Oh, no. If it gets in any of the reeds or brambles, then I am in trouble, because I will not get it back out. Let's give it a little bit more slack. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm using 10 pound breaking strain line. As you can see, I've got a float on there. That's just mirror carp. Just got a good sight of it. And I've got the landing net, by the way. I did bring it down to the corner here with me. It's not a very big fish, but good fun. And I watched it, and I think you guys probably watched it, so I got it on the camera of the fish actually coming up to the surface and taking the bread. All right, let's get the net down here. So it's not very big, but yeah. Let's put this up on the bank here. Oh, I'm not even going to weigh this. Let's take you up here a minute without me getting my rod stuck in the trees. Put it gently down on the grass. And look at that. It's quite nice. I'd probably say about 4 pounds, something like that. Mirror carp. Beautiful scales along the back, right? What a big mouth. Let's take the hook out. By the way, you can see I am using barbless hooks. Right, that was a bit of fun anyway. I'm glad I got that on camera for you. I'm going to let this corner a bit settle, put a bit more bread out on the surface and wait for the carp to come back up again. And then probably when I've hooked another fish, I'll be back with you. Thank you so much. So I have literally just put that small mirror carp back that I caught surface fishing. I'm still down here in the corner, just down the bank from where my tent is. My rod out on the bottom is still out there, but it's on a bite alarm and the drag is on. So if a fish really takes a hook, line can come off the reel, so I'm not going to lose my rod. But yeah, I've just put the float back out. Hopefully you can see it in front of me here. With a piece of bread about 2 foot to the left of it floating on the surface. So I'm hoping yet another hungry carp will come up and gobble that down, and hopefully I'll have a fish to show you very shortly. Hey there. So I did a little bit more surface fishing with bread in the corner there, and the odd carp was appearing, but not much. I'm really hungry now. It's round about, let me have a look at the time, about 1:45 in the afternoon on day 2 here at Wheat Farm. As you can see, I've just put a couple of thick pork sausages which I'm going to have on a bit of bread with some barbecue sauce because I am starving. I've brought my rod back, if you can see it, over here, the float one. I'm going to put some new bait on that and sit out there while these sausages are doing. If I'm ready to show you or catch a fish, I'll be back with you. By the way, inside my big bucket I have this smaller bucket here, and this is what I keep what you call ground bait or chum in. I'm putting a lot of these in if you can make them out. The green sort of trout carp pellets with betaine in, lots of good oils for the fish as well. And what I do, just where my float is out there, is I just put a decent bed of these pellets down, just in and around my float to sort of attract fish in. These sink to the bottom, by the way, and where I'm fishing over there near the island, probably within about 5 yards of that tree, on the bottom with this rod, I put a decent bed of probably about half a kilo of them down, and I'm fishing on top of that bed of ground bait to attract them in with luncher meat at the moment. Sorry to stop the broadcast, but I just thought I'd show you this absolutely beautiful woods that's literally right behind my tent and where I'm fishing here, and I thought I'd have a quick little bit of fun with one of these 1/4 gram firecrackers. I tried to light a few last night, but they got damp and they wouldn't work, but shit, that was pretty loud. Bit of fun anyway. I'll catch up with you shortly.